What is up? Going live. We are back. Episode 8 of Extend the Drive Best Ball Live. Sean Mitchell here at SMitchell17, or you might know me more as the Mitch17 on all of the drafting platforms. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Wednesday. Jesus, I'm forgetting what day it is even. What's up, CBK? Appreciate you guys joining. We got a special one. We got a special episode 8. Extend the Drive. It is schedule season, baby. Schedule season. We're back. We're back. We are finally back. We have a meaning to draft again. You know, you go through those draft cycles where you do all the pre-draft stuff, where you're doing all the division rivals, you're doing all that fun stuff, stacking the correlation. And then now we are getting to have the full schedule. And it's still rolling in. Saints, Titans, Texans, Chargers. We're getting the week 15, week 16, week 17 stuff, the stuff we love to clamor about. And I have already started the spreadsheet here. So if you've been following Twitter today, you know that I've been trying to input these as they've come out. Everything's not really going to go fully, posted till around like 6 or 7 p.m. tonight. Central Time, probably 8 p.m. Eastern. But with that being said, we do have some stuff to talk about. I think the very first and foremost thing is let's talk about those week 15, 16, and 17 runouts that we think are going to be the ones that just absolutely pop. If you look at, where we've got the Cowboys with Minnesota, the Chargers, and then at Washington. That's a pretty good run out there. Denver Broncos are taking on Green Bay, Jacksonville, and then they're going into KC. A little tougher. The Lions, obviously, at the Rams, get Pittsburgh at home, and then they go to Minnesota. So that's a pretty decent run out for the Lions. Colts at Seattle. Then they get San Francisco at home. Then they get Jacksonville at home. Not the greatest. Don't love it. Which obviously we're not just too obviously keen on the Colts this season anyway. Let's see, Jacksonville gets the Jets. Then they go to Denver and Mile High, and then at Indy. Not exactly what we love. Not exactly what we love to see. Kansas City Chiefs, they host the Chargers at Tennessee and then get Denver at home. It's fair. I mean, we saw that Denver KC game last year. What was it, week 17, week 18 week 16, 17 that had a pretty good chunk of points in it. Looks like we're getting more Packers, Ravens, Browns, Steelers, I believe, for week 17. Packers, Ravens, pretty interesting. That could be fun. Browns, Steelers, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that Steelers team looks. Not reported, just showing. Okay, right, sure, I get it. Could be fair. Speculation, which, I need to say that as well here. Everything that is in this spreadsheet is all just what has been leaked. There's nothing that has been exactly proven. There's not been official schedules posted. None of that has been posted yet. So all of this is just inside stuff where people have been leaking it on Twitter all day long. But with that being said, let's see here. So we talked about the Chiefs. We've got the Rams. I think the Rams are probably one of the better runouts here. They get Detroit at home. Then they go to Seattle. Then they go to Atlanta. Get Atlanta at the Dome, get Stafford slinging that puppy around. That could be a really fun one. Miami, I feel like they've got a really decent run out for 16 and 17 here. They go to Pitt. That'll be tough. But then, Tua gets to finish week 16 and 17 with Cincinnati and Tampa Bay at home. Nice, crisp, 75 to whatever degree weather there in Miami. So the Dolphins, I think, are definitely a good look. The Vikings at Dallas, at New York Giants, and then they get Detroit. Vikings are definitely one of them ones that it's going to be popular. People are absolutely going to be loading up on the Vikings and Detroit this year, and rightfully so. Next up, we got the Giants that we know of, or we allegedly know of. They get Washington at home, Minnesota at home, and then they go to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. I actually think that's really sneaky. Washington's defense wasn't absolutely great. Could easily fall behind too. And, with that Washington offense, shootout there potential. Minnesota, same thing, shootout potential there. And I fully expect the Raiders to be better. I fully expect the Raiders to be better this year. I actually really like the Giants' run out here. And I'm really hoping, crossing my fingers, that Jackson Dart is starting by week 7, and I hope that he brings that team a little bit of a, what they need. Russ is not getting the job done. Jameis is not getting a chance. Put in Jackson Dart. Let him win it from the start. But in the event that, they start off, we saw their schedule for the first 6 games of the year. Very tough. They play the Eagles. They play the Cowboys. They've got a really tough schedule to run out. So by week 7, they could literally be looking at Jackson Dart time. So I think the Giants are one that's going to be really sneaky. Really kind of like that one. The Jets at Jacksonville, at New Orleans, at New England. Absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate the Jets run out there. Hate it. Eagles get the Raiders at home. Then they go to Washington. Then they go to Buffalo. Yeah, like it. I like it. Definitely like that little run out there for the Eagles. Niners go to Tennessee. They go to Indianapolis, and then they get the Bears at home. I think that's going to be a popular Week 17 stack. It's going to be the Niners and the Bears. Inevitably, it'll probably be a shootout. Let's see. Seahawks get the Colts, take on the Rams at home, and then they go to Carolina. It's okay. I mean, it's not bad. SoFi could be an interesting little shootout there. At Carolina, getting towards the end of the season, if the Seahawks and Carolina are both kind of definitely could be a fun one. Buccaneers, just like Dave said a minute ago, glad my Bucks exposure is high. Pretty sure on the last 2 or 3 streams I've went mega Buck stacks. I agree. I love the Bucks here. Love that they're run out. They get Atlanta at home. They go to Carolina, and then they finish off in Miami. So Bucks are clear one of the top 3 probably week 15, 16, and 17 schedule runouts there. I think they won in that retrospect. So definitely like the Bucks. Commanders at the Giants, get Philly at home, and then they get Dallas at home. I like the Commanders. I think the Commanders are obviously also another one that's really nice. Cardinals, Cincinnati, week 17, another notably one that we know, I think we know of. So that one's interesting. Obviously, we know Cincinnati's defense is absolutely terrible. Going to be looking at who else Cincinnati's going to be playing in those weeks there. We do see that they get Miami in week 16 in Miami. Should be a good one. Let's see other notable one-offs that I can see here. Raiders and the Giants, talked about that. I'm obviously in on the Raiders. I'm in on the Raiders this year. I think that they're going to be a much improved team. I think they're going to have a lot more balance. I think that they're actually going to compete in games. So I'm pretty interested there. I think a lot of the New England I'm probably going to be out on. The Jets probably going to be out on. Let's see what else. Who else am I not really just loving at the time? The Chargers are probably going to have a good run out. They get to play at KC. They play at Dallas in the Dome, and then whoever they get week 17 is going to be interesting. Broncos, I think, have a kind of a tough sled there. Green Bay, Jacksonville, KC. Lions, obviously a great one. Packers, again, I think it could be, it depends on how the Packers look after, if Jordan Love's healthy, they go into, week 7, 8, 9, 10 healthy and they're winning games. That could be really interesting. But yeah, Commanders look great. The Bucks look great. Eagles looks good. I like the Giants. I think the Giants have a really nice schedule there for 15, 16, and 17. The Vikings are a good look. Rams are a good look. Let's see. We talked about the Lions, obviously. The Cowboys, yeah. Get two good home games there against Minnesota and the Chargers. Chargers game might not be as high scoring with the run tandem that the Harbaugh likes to do. Greg Roman over there in LA. So that'll be interesting. But then they get at Washington, that hammer right there, there in week 17. Really interesting. So Panthers, obviously our darling late stacks that we love are the Bryce Hive, Rise Up, the Rico Dive, Rico Hive, Rise Up. Yeah, I don't hate it. They get Tampa Bay at home, they get Seattle at home. Two games that could easily shoot out. So Carolina is kind of a sneaky winner at this point with the week 15, 16, and 17 run out. Let's look at the bye weeks. Let's see. Dolphins at 12 is tough. New York Giants, Agor, The good thing is for the Giants, though, they get that bye week. They get the rest before they go into that little onslaught of Washington, Minnesota, and the Raiders. So that could be a positive, could be a negative. Commanders at 12, Dolphins at 12, to that match there. Denver Broncos. Looks like 12 is going to be a tough bye week already right off the bat. 9's not bad. You get the Rams, you get the Jets, Seahawks, Bucks at 8, and then the Detroit's 8. So I think 8 is going to be a tough bye week. You got to start, factoring in those bye weeks. So I'm going to continue to fill this out. Should have it probably complete, hopefully by tonight or by morning. I am going to post a link to share. I'm going to share it on Twitter. So anybody who wants it can jump in there and grab it. I'll try to grant access just publicly. It's, I'm going to make a copy for myself, put it on my desktop, and then I'm just going to share a link. Take it, do what you want with it. It'll just be a free workbook with all of this already coded into it or inputted into it. I'm not coding shit. I'm just putting stuff in an Excel spreadsheet. So, if you want that, it's all yours. Once again, I will post that at some point tonight or tomorrow on my Twitter at smitchell17. So I said we were going to talk a little bit about the schedule. Spoke about that. We're rolling about 13 minutes now. Got a couple of viewers in there. Hopefully you guys are ready to draft, because I absolutely am ready to draft. We're chasing the 100K. We're going for the pup. Let's go ahead. Let's find the lobby. We'll share the underdog. Hopefully it's 5 o'clock your time. Cheers. Let's draft. Let's draft. Let's go to the pup. If you have any other comments, towards the schedule, drop them in the chat. Let's talk about it. Would love to chat more. Give my thoughts while we enter a 20-second puppy. Let's see. Waiting on one. Now we are not waiting on none. Let's see. We got Turd Ferg back in here. Dave made it. I've got the 1-9. Chaz Michael B. Yeah, CBK. Finally get to draft with you, man. I don't think I've drafted with you much at all this drafting season, man. So this will be fun. Let's see how crazy these ADPs get now that we do have a lot of the schedule dropped. A lot of people are going to be obviously already trying to correlate for these week 17. It's probably way too hard right now to be incorporating all week 15, 16, and 17. So, just trying to get at least week 17 correlations in there is probably what's going to be getting hammered at the current moment. But anyway, so again, this is episode 8 of Extend the Drive Best Ball Live. Again, really appreciate you guys if you stop in, if you draft with us, if you chat with us. Trying to start doing this a little bit more regularly. Next week, I do plan on having a few guests. I've already got a couple lined up. I'm working on getting hopefully 2 to 3 shows next week during the week and maybe on the weekend if I'm lucky. It might be Sunday though. No, sorry, not this weekend. I'm pretty stacked. It's daughter's birthday. Having a big nice crawfish bowl on Saturday. Having the big and water inflatable come to the house. Gonna have the fun time for the kiddos. Eat some crawfish, drink some lots. But let's see what we're doing here. So we got Jamar Chase, we got Jeff, we got Barkley, CeeDee Lamb, Bijan, Jameer. Let's see what the 1-7 does. Genty. There goes Neighbors. I get that. I mean, at this point, I think it's kind of hard not to go with the Detroit. Hard not to go with the Detroit, considering now what we know. Considering what we know now. What are we doing, CBK? What are we doing, man? Let's see. Minnesota is who my stack partner is. Having to look back at my cheat sheet. CBK goes BTJ. Goes Nakua, BTJ. Standard. Oh, the line at the turn. I actually did that on stream last time we had the second puppy. I went McCaffrey and A-Chain. Don't cover your CBK. I did take CMC, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and tack on Derrick Henry here. Even though we haven't gotten Baltimore's run out on we haven't literally gotten any Baltimore games yet, which is totally interesting. And seeing as how we have the Browns, we have the Packers, we have the Texans, the Chargers, and the Saints, and Pittsburgh and Tennessee left for Week 17. What, maybe the Houston Texans? Is that going to be again? We're going to see Houston Texans again? Yeah, I know. I know. We maybe see Baltimore, Houston, Week 17. Texans, Chargers is what Dave speculated. Packers, Ravens. I could see that. All right. Let's see here. It goes A.J. Brown, Ladman. Okay. Irving. After I took D. Henry, I've got Derrick Henry, Amon-Ra to start. Dave takes London. Turned Ferguson back in the draft. He's got Saquon and Garrett Wilson. Maybe he won't take Jake Ferguson at pick 100. Bowers at 21. Yeah. I did knock him back a little bit in my ranks as well, so I think he does naturally fall back a little bit. Seeing as how the Raiders actually have a pretty decent schedule. Can we get the Giants at home Week 17? Oh, you're double dipping? 5 picks away. Marv, Chase Brown, Terry McLaurin, T. Higgins. About to be back on the clock. Best is Tyreek Hill, Jackson Smith in the jig butt, Rasheed Rice, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams. Let's see how the run out goes. Gonna post a little bit of a live on the quote tweet. Let's see what we get here. Tyreek Hill goes, Rasheed Rice, Devontae Adams, Jackson Smith in the Jigba. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to go JSN here. Get a nice little discount on him. So Derrick Henry, Amon-Ra, and JSN to start. Let's see. CBK goes Mike Evans, got JT, BTJ, and Mike Evans. Okay. Not bad, sir. Not bad. Who are we going with now? Who shall it be, sir? Let's get a little music going. Look at that. I'm listening to my own voice here. On the clock. Reset. We're going to go Tet here. Get him in 1 pick after his newly freshened ADP of 39.3. I was really enjoying getting him regularly in the 42 to 43 range. That is not going to happen anymore for a good reason. Love some Tet Davis. We got Travis Hunter goes 41. I saw Travis Hunter, which it wasn't my draft. Somebody else posted it, but he went 15 earlier. Went 15. You guys let me know if that music's too loud. I will turn it down. Don't mind it. If you guys can still hear me well, I'll leave it where it is. Let me know. Actually, I am going to bump it down just a smidge. Just a smidge. There we go. Anyway. Dave goes DJ Moore. He has Bijan, Atlanta, Rams, Devontae Adams, and DJ Moore. I see what you're doing there. Nice little Week 17 Atlanta Rams stack. Nice. What's up, Milt? Hey, congrats to Milt. Milt finally got his goat horns on UD, man. Props. Took down the buzzer beater in NBA. What was it, 1,000 or 2,000? Nice hit, dude. Nice hit, man. Very much congrats. Finally got the horns. 5 picks away. Not a bad start there for Turd. Yep, 2K. 2K, nice. Nice little payday, dude. Nice little payday, Milton. Good job, dude. Big, huge congrats. We are up in 2 picks. We are picking at 57. Started with Derrick Henry, Amon-Ra, Jackson Smith, and Tet. We got Pickens, Waddle, Addison as wide receivers. Chuba could tack on the Carolina, or could go with the wide receiver here. Likely going to go with Jordan Addison to start that Detroit, Minnesota, right? Is that what I want to do? Detroit, Minnesota. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Don't really have anything stacking along with the Pickens play, so for the sanctity of correlating, there you go. Just enough to put it right back in best ball, right, brother? Yeah. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's see what else we got. Chuba, yeah, I knew you were probably going to take Chuba there. Lamar, JT, Chuba, BTJ, Mike Evans. Nice little start there for CBK. Nice little start. Jason, yep, it sure is. And I didn't realize that, but naturally, sometimes you get lucky on those. So good call, good catch, Dave. Did not notice. Got a couple week 17 stackaroos going there. About to be on the clock at 64. We got Travion Henderson. We got Alvin Kamara, Rome, Godwin, Samuel, and Judy. I kind of like Rome getting that San Francisco defense. Kind of like him getting that in week 17, so I'm probably going to stick there. Could have easily probably went running back, but it's Big Dog. You know, I got Big Dog already. Hoping he's going to carry most of the early workload, early touches. Let's see here. Who else we got? 15 picks away. Let's go to the board. Let's see what we got. See what everybody's doing here. Dave goes Godwin. Is anybody else in the draft? Is anybody else in the chat in the draft? Let me know. I've seen a couple familiar names, but if you're in the chat, I don't know. Turd ends up going with the 3 running back start there with Garrett, Terry, and Sutton. Not really sure he needed David there after going Saquon and Joe Mixon, but that's me. That is me. Let's see where we get. Gilly started JJ, Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown, Jaden, Metcalf, Debo, and Jacoby. It's a good start. I like that. Probably have one of those myself. Maybe not with Chase, though. Not at 26 for sure. Which I don't mind. I don't mind Chase Brown at 26 anymore. But I am a lot more taking Taj Brooks at basically round 18 for the contingent value. So it goes Pollard at 76. Pollard's definitely making his way up, isn't he? We got Judkins, Diggs, Khalil, Shakir. Okay, good. Thank God. I wanted Quinchon pretty badly there. Pretty badly at 81. I love it. I will take that on Judkins. 81 is a nice number. Apologies for my dogs going crazy. I'm pretty sure my kiddos just got here from my parents. Khalil Shakir goes. Then CBK goes with Swift. What are you doing? You're about to get avalanche, brother. You are about to hit the avalanche. You're going to hit the Avy. And I'm all here for it. I'm all here for it. For you in this draft, sir. Just so you know that. Still love you, though. Let's see. We're about to be on the clock. Diggs, Downs, little wide receiver run. And that's exactly why I went wide receiver the last 2 picks is because I knew wide receivers were going to dry up really quick. Question is, do I want to go Aaron Jones or do I want to go TJ Hawkinson here? I think I'm going to go Hawkinson. Add on to that Minnesota, Detroit. Hopefully they're slinging the ball around a lot. That's kind of my hope. That's why I didn't really want to take Aaron Jones. It's because I already had Addison, already had Amonra, hoping that it turns into a straight shootout between Goff and JJ McCarthy. So we shall see. Just continuing that. CBK says BBK got my attention. Yeah. Saw Niners correlation with Swift. Took it. Okay. I'll let it slide this time. Super slappy correlation day. Yeah, I know, man. That's why I loaded up the account because I'm going to definitely try to rip off 5-6 puppies tonight. Got a feeling these rooms are going to be uber crazy with the schedule drop. So probably going to be able to scoop up a lot of value. It's probably going to be a pretty crazy night to draft, especially later on once the schedule's all fully dropped. It's probably going to get a little crazy in the old draft rooms. So we'll definitely be looking to be living in them tonight a little bit. So 4 picks away. Currently sitting at a 251, Derrick Henry, Quinshon Judkins, Amon-Ra, JSN, Tet McMillan, Jordan Addison, Rome Odunze, TJ Hawkinson. Really like my wide receiver room to start. Caleb plays here. Don't really care for Fields now that I see the run out for their week 15, 16, 17. They're probably going to slow down. And Zach Lockwich, did you even have anybody from – you had absolutely nobody, did you? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Sharps because I need a running back. And I'm high on Sharps. Pulling him up a little bit. What's up, dude? Big Draft Energy. Checked out his stream last night. Dude's got a wealth of knowledge, man. It was very good, man. The community's really cool over there at Big Draft Energy. Him and the Sleaze. They got a really cool thing going over there. Real sharp guy, man. Knows his stuff. Drafts a lot on drafters. Watched him do a couple drafts. The duck stuff at the end, man, was really cool. That's a really cool touch on the community there, doing the giveaways with the duck races. That was pretty cool. A lot of fun. Enjoyed that. Yeah, I mean, if nobody wants Fields, I'm going to take him here. Didn't want to, but if he's going to drop that far, I'm definitely going to take him. Al Boogie, what's up, my guy? Good to see you. Good to see you back. No rice? Nope. No, man, I'm on a diet, dude. White rice is bad for you. Well, I can't say white rice, but you know what I mean. You get the point. Community is everything. That's a great note, man. Community, if you ain't got it, you got nothing, right? Hey, glad to be a part of it, dude. Glad to be a part of this community. It's got a lot of good guys, a lot of good folks, and a lot of good gals too. There's a lot of sharp women in this industry, in this space. Lots of sharp ones. Plan on maybe having a couple guests too. So it will be fun times. All right. So 1351, Justin Fields, Derrick Henry, Quinshon, Sharps, Amon-Ra, JSN, Tet, Addison, Odunze, and Hawkinson. 9 picks away. Awesome community. Yes, sir. All you guys are great, man. Guys and gals. Everybody's so nice. Everybody wants to help each other. We enjoy, when we all have nice hits, we congratulate each other, praise each other, try to talk each other up. Good stuff. when somebody in the community wins in best ball, we all win, right? What's going on, Nick? Appreciate it, man. Hey, just trying to do the Lord's work out there, trying to help people out. I know I had the extra time today, so you know what? I'll do it. I'll make the sheet myself. Help out all the fam. Help the fam out. Let them have the sheet so they don't have to take their own time to do it. Back on the clock almost, picking at 129, 11-9. I guess I'm going to have to take Goff here since he's falling majorly. Kind of got a good little core going with running back. Don't really generally love taking quarterback back-to-back here on picks, which wasn't fully back-to-back, but, well, yeah, it was. Take that back. Sorry. Sure was. Drafting T-Law? Absolutely not. Why? I mean, why? I just drafted T-Law is Jared Goff light. So, which I think that's almost an insult to Jared Goff. So I can't even say that for T-Law. Can't even say that for T-Law, man. I need that schedule. Knew that schedule. Yeah, I'll get it, man. I'm gonna, like I said, to start the stream here, we went over guys need to go back and watch that. There's some good tidbits there. Talked about some of the stuff we like for week 15, 16, 17 that what we know of right now. Good stuff. We talked about who we think were the overall winners, who we think we don't really like in that little 15, 16, 17 run. Talked about some of the common bye weeks that we already know of. Going to be a strain with some good teams having overlapping bye weeks. So it's a good one, man. Let's see. We're almost on the clock here. Got Goff. I've got Fields. Javonte, Benson. I could take a running back. There's not really any wide receivers I want to pull up in this range. I mean, I hate Javonte Williams, but if he's going to fall this far, I'm going to take him. And that's probably my first share of Javonte. I mean, I'm going to be flat out honest. I don't have hardly any Javonte Williams. I think the guy's dust. I don't think he's good. I just don't think he's good. I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick before I go back to the board. I actually will go to the board since I am 12 picks away. See what the fam has got going on. Let's see. CBK went Darnell, Rashid, Bateman catching back up on the wide receivers, I see. Ramondre Spears, Dave, Caleb, Brian, Rob, Baker, Mims, Keon. I see you got the Tampa Bay. No. Did you even? Oh, you got Godwin. That's right. Okay. Penix there for Atlanta. I was wondering. I was like, you waiting on you got Penix. I got it. Got it. Right. I mean, that's my biggest conundrum. It's like, Cowboys O-line is still good. Rico Dowdle was arguably well above average with them last year. I know that they've lost a little bit, but still yet. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the ceiling take, But what if Blue doesn't, what if Javonte just happens to lead the backfield all year long and Jadon Blue barely gets to play any? I mean, you can play the what if game, either way there. Jalen McMillan to pair up with Tampa Bay. Dave, get it. About to be back on the clock here. Let's see. Tank, Quentin, Palmer, Tillman, Tua. I'm going to take Quentin. Going to take Quentin here. A little bit past ADP. Could have went Strange, but, I would have been needing a stack that I really didn't care for. Not really needing one, but I'm fine with that. Like the video. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it, man. Thanks, Nick. BDE, Dallas has one of those backfields where it makes sense in getting at least one back from the I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with Miami right now. The two, the dual running backs that they have that, they took Ollie Gordon and then they've got Jalen Wright. I've honestly been trying to get at least one of them, if not both, in every draft because I do think that one of them ends up being a major hit. Not only the fact that, somebody's going to get those Raheem Mostert, spell carries from A-Chain. But if A-Chain, for whatever, gets hurt, it's going to be one of their jobs. So I don't need quarterback. I need got a 2, 4, 6, 1. I could use a tight end here. Could wait for Mason Taylor on the next pick. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab Romeo now. I think I'm going to grab Cedric Tillman. I'm going to grab Cedric Tillman here at 160, get him a little further past. What's going on, Dynasty Dog? Hey, man, appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you, sir. Very much appreciated. Appreciate you joining us, too. Hope you have a good time chatting it up. Chat it up with us. Anybody got any thoughts on the week 15, 16, 17 schedule? Anything you guys saw that you were just like totally got to have it, must-haves? Anything you saw that you were like, nah, absolutely not touching it? Any bye weeks that are sticking out to you guys that you're just like, yeah, I'm not jiving with that? Let me know. Throw it in the chat. 13 picks away, 2, 4, 7, 1 in this one. We are in a puppy draft. This is episode 8 of Extend the Drive. Best Ball Live Show. Again, this is only episode 8. I've actually done 7 full streams. I did a video on Best Ball 101. It's also on the channel. So if you guys know of anybody that is new to the space, hey, sharing is caring. Let's grow this ecosystem, right? Let's do this. Let's do this the right way. I felt like if I was going to have a Best Ball live stream show that I was going to start doing regularly, that I probably needed to do a Best Ball 101. I've been in the space for quite a while. Probably been playing best ball now for the better part of 6 to 7 years. For the probably last 4 or 5, it's been the only form of fantasy football that I played. It's the only one that I enjoy. It's the most fun to me. I like to draft. I really enjoy drafting, period. I mean, that's really what it is. I enjoy drafting. It's fun to me. I love the strategy part of it. And also, I just love that I don't have to touch it again. I don't have to touch it again. What is there not to like? You don't have to work on, you don't have to have a league mate trying to trade you, their last 8 roster spots of guys that don't play for your Justin Jefferson, and then wondering why, you don't think you're getting a good deal. And you also don't have to worry about waiver wires. You don't have to wake up at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday and say, oh shit, I missed my waiver. Hey, I'm fine with that. I like drafting, and I want to draft as much as I can. And I like drafting early. I've been drafting since February. So we're going to pick up Mason Taylor here to pair up the fields. Let's see. Let me catch up. I am a couple picks away, 5 picks. You guys see Sean making picks with no RTA? Hey, I try. I've never used any assistance tools. I've never even subbed to any content sites, man. I do my own rankings. If you look, the my rank column, these are all mine. I've actually redone my rankings probably 3 times since post draft. I did them twice, I think, pre-draft. Try to stay fluid with my takes. I don't want to get, take lock on any one player, even though I do have my preferred choices. I don't try to get take lock. I try to be open. Try to make sure I'm hitting pockets of drafts. Rico Dowd, my boy, it's definitely coming home. And that's just, getting him 14 picks past. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the room. Boogie, yeah, man, I think there have been a couple since I've jumped on stream. I'm going to do my best to update that once I jump off the stream. Probably going to maybe try to do one more puppy while I'm on here. And then try to update that tonight, because I am going to be in these streets probably quite a bit tonight. Again, I feel like tonight is one of the better nights to be getting in some decent volume, especially on these tournaments, because they're going to be some crazy rooms. People are already trying to hammer out week 17 correlations, already probably trying to get in week 15 and 16. I think it's kind of impossible at the moment, but it can be done if you're trying hard enough. I'm not going to try that hard enough until I get more memorization down. But with that said, appreciate you, CBK. Yeah, man, I'm going to assume you're talking about my little rant on why I don't play anything other than best ball. And that's why, man, I I did play redraft. I played redraft for many years. I guess luckily for me, it was easier to get out because I didn't have a group of buddies that all played. I didn't have that sentimental league that a lot of people have. I was playing with a couple of my cousins, then they kind of dropped out. I was, with my uncle, he dropped out. And then after that, I found best ball and started playing best ball. And I have not looked back since. So we got 2 picks left here. I've got a 2-5-7-2, Fields, Goff, Henry, Quinshon, Sharps, Javonte, Rico, Monra, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Addison, Dunze, Quentin Johnson, Cedric Tillman, TJ Hawkinson, and Mason Taylor. Not really any stack partners here. I like Yoshi Voss. I think people still are passing on him. And, I mean, I like Yoshi Voss still. I mean, the guy is really good. He's, he was a track star at Princeton, and he played really well in absence of T. Higgins last year. We know T. Higgins doesn't exactly stay healthy. So we got a 2-5-8 added Yoshi Voss. I'm probably going to tack on a third tight end here, just in case Taylor, for some reason, has some early troubles as a rookie. Going to get a piece of this Tyler Higbee love because I know he's going to have early downs. I know him and Hawkinson will be a great 2 tight end set there. Going to end with that. Let me catch back on the chat before we – actually, you know what? I'm going to go hop into another one. So I'm going to give you guys the chance to hop in with me. I'm going to jump in the puppy 22nd in 3, 2, 1 now. Waiting on 7. Let me check up on what's going on, dude. What's going on the league? Appreciate you stopping in, dude. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying it. Al Boogie, Sean is the man. Hey, you're the man, Al. As long I forgive you for being so high on Rashee Rice. You're the man, though. Played redraft, but was drafting like best ball. Exactly. I mean, that's the other part is you get into a strategy and you get into a drafting style that you get comfortable with. And that's, I played, big draft energy. I played drafters for two years. The last 2 years, I actually played a lot more volume last year on drafters. And I think I tried to tailor my drafting style for the cumulative, and it just didn't work out. I didn't have any luck. I do like drafting on there. I do. But Dave, heading out. It's all good, man. I know I'll see you later. You're in the streets way too much, buddy. Let's see. Anybody else getting here? Jalapeno's in. He's been in just about every stream I've done. Chaz is back. Good to see you, CBK. Couple of the boys back in here. Good to see you. If you are in the draft and you're in the chat, let me know. Let me know. Let's do a little, you know what? Let's do a little rock. I haven't done that one yet. Okay. What's up, Ron? Glad you got in, dude. I know your name now, so I know who you are. Good to know. Oh, yeah? You locked in now, CBK? He's locked. Locked in. I'm going to turn down that music just a hair. The rock's a little bit louder in my ears than the daydreaming. So I need to lock in myself. All right. Yeah. So again, you see the ranks. You see how they differ from the regular ranks. These are my ranks. I've got Nakua at 12. He's in a 7.9 ADP. I have Devon Achane at 14. He's an 18 right now. Lad, I have him a little higher now. I didn't have him at first. Brock, I've got back at 17. I've got JT up a few spots. AJ Brown, I have him more around the 20th. Yeah, CMC. I told you guys, I tweeted it out that I had CMC at 20. I wasn't lying. I got him at 20. I'm fully fledged. What I tweet out is what I have. So I try to keep it 100 always. What I tell you guys I have is what I have. Don't lie. Don't fabricate. But I do like to draft off the ADP because I get to see what mine is and I get to see what the ADP is, and I see the market and how it changes and shifts. And then I get to see how close or off I am on the market value of a player at the time. I think that helps me in drafting. I will take Genty at 9. Thank you so much. Come again. Genty at 9. He's going at 10. No. Oh, you're talking about CMC. I was about to say, come on, man. Pull your boy. Pull your boy up. I know you know. Pull up CMC. Anyway, hopefully you guys are having a good Wednesday. It was a busy as hell day today at work. So this is kind of my therapy at the end of the day. Getting to drink a couple beers, hang out with the boys and gals, draft a couple teams, schedule time, schedule day, fun episode. Glad you guys are here. Glad we're getting to draft. I've started out with Ashton Genty. The Raiders have the Giants in week 17. Doesn't have anything here to go with that. I think I'm going to go with the A-Chain here and do a 2-start running back start. Hey, appreciate you hopping in, man. Appreciate you hopping in. Enjoy the rest of your evening, brother. Appreciate you hopping in. Yes, sir. Be plenty of more, and I'll be jumping in plenty of yours as well. So, thank you. So, started with Ashton Genty, Devon A-Chan. I will now have to catch up at wide receiver, inevitably, but that is fine. I tend to lean more fragile running back builds. I really don't like going past 6 or 7 running backs, to just be flat out honest. And yeah, I do a lot of anchor, double anchor, hero running back. Those are probably my favorite. I'm not huge on zero running back. I do it. I don't do it just too totally often. I feel like it's one of those tired strategies that people still feel like they've got to do every single draft. So yeah, I want to be different. Worked out really well for me last year. That's exactly what I did last year too. I was way more fragile. I'd stay between 4 to 6 running backs, and that seemed to work out really well. All right, 6 picks away. Let's see who we got. Who do we got? Fitz. We got Jameer and AJ Brown. Jalapeno started with Neighbors and McConkey. Nice. And then CBK has Amonra and Brock Bowers. What'd you get Brock at? Whoops. Brock at 50. Okay, took him at ADP. Fair. The streets are getting weird already, Dave. Yes, they are. I know Dave had to jump out, but they're definitely getting weird. It's going to be a fun night. I highly encourage some of you guys to keep drafting, especially when the schedule comes out later this evening. It's going to get really weird. Going to get really weird. Do I just go ahead and – yeah, I'm going to do it because I still think that I can get one of these wide receivers and with my next pick, and I'm okay with a few of them, more than a few of them being my wide receiver 1. So that's what we're going to shoot for. I had a feeling you would probably take Mike. That's fine. You know the real one that I want. So, and I'm sure you're probably going to take him too. Don't snap me, bro. I said I was going to do it. All right. What's going on, Green Bean? Thanks for stopping in, dude. Appreciate you. We're getting saucy. We're having a little fun. Second puppy draft. This is episode 8 of Extend the Drive Best Ball Live. Once again, I am Sean Mitchell, SMitchell17 on Twitter, or the Mitch17. Find me on the drafting websites, on the interwebs. Of course, we hit a massive wide receiver run. That figures. That's usually when the plan backfires a little bit. But they leave me with No, actually, you know what? I'm going to pull up DK here. Pull up DK. Since he is the one in, you wanted Brown? I wanted Tet is what I wanted. I wanted Tet badly, and I wasn't going to pull him up to where I took Brown. I wasn't going to pull him to 33, so I was hoping that somebody would let him fall, but I should have known better. Yeah, I was going to take DJ Moore. But I have a lot of DJ Moore already. Didn't really want to just tack on. I mean, I've got a lot. I'm overweight on the Bears, the Bears offense as is. Overweight already on the Bears offense. So I didn't want to, which I mean, I'm definitely going to still have more. It's not like I'm going to stop, but got a nice little hyper fragile build. Probably going to stop at 4 running backs. Going to try my best to hammer out wide receiver for the next few picks. Probably going to be a 3 tight end build at the end, maybe a 3 quarterback build. Probably literally going to be pulling up wide receivers. Looks like most of the schedule has already been leaked. I just retweeted Grant, the anti-RTA guy, on Twitter. He posted a full schedule. I think I like mine better because it's more color-coded and more pretty. It's a lot prettier. Yeah, and honestly, I don't have a lot of DK. I had some pre-draft, but I don't have much post-draft, and especially now that Pickens is gone, I need to try to mix him in more. So definitely need to try to get more. Waddle goes. Man, 64 would be my next pick. Got Hurts, Burrow, RJ Harvey, Chuba. Yeah, I'm going to take Jalen Hurts, and I don't care who has – actually, well, you don't have AJ. So I think it was Fitz had AJ. You had a chance, man. You had your chance. Oh, shoot. What's going on, man? Got the NFL schedule release alive in here. Yeah, man, hey, most times I'd probably leave you Hurts there, but I mean, 57, man. I'm not passing up Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry. 57 way too good of a price on Jalen Hurts, and it might hurt me, but I see this big run of wide receivers, and I knew I was coming up on 64, knew I would be able to get a receiver there. I'm going to take Jalen Hurts. Not going to let Jalen Hurts pass me by right there. Because obviously, I feel like the Eagles are easily one of the teams that you don't have to stack. Don't have to stack the Eagles. And honestly, Jalen Hurts is one that I'm totally fine having naked. You know, I will be totally fine not stacking Jalen Hurts at all. Should be able to pluck one of these fine wide receivers in this range. Putting daughter down, I get it, man. I got 3 kiddos of my own. Totally get it. Got 2 girls and a boy. Got to have a little proud dad moment earlier. Had the awards day for the kiddos, and Olave Adunze, Godwin. Gonna pull Olave here. Don't have a lot of Olave, but have been buying some lately when he drops a little bit, even though he really didn't drop much at all, if any. But yeah, the went to the awards day for the kiddos. My son, who's 10, absolutely racked up. Got like 5 medals. First in his class on all but one subject. Honor roll, all A's. Principals list. He racked him up. My daughter, she got a couple of awards as well, my middle daughter. So it's a happy papa moment there. All right, 1-3-2. It's kind of an uncanny build start, which I'm totally fine with. I want to get a little different, get a little weird. Jalen Hurts, Ashton Jeanty, A-Chain, Chase Brown, DK Metcalf, Yeah, that guy. And then Olave. Coming up on 9 picks. Let's see here. I think my rock station has kind of gotten a little weird. Thanks, dude. 2 girls and a boy also. Nice. Oh, you got a boy on the way. Well, congrats, man. Congrats. That's excellent. I had my boy first, man, and I will say I was kind of spoiled by that. Boys are so much easier than girls. So I give you major props, man. I'm gonna go back to not driving because it's got a nice vibe, nice little ambience. Yeah, thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. Yeah, my son, he's smart as shit. I don't know where he got it, but anyway. All right, 3 picks away. Could use a wide receiver. Could really use a wide receiver. Two picks away. Aaron Jones by Jalapeno. Fitz goes Jaden Reed, Khalil Shakur. Guess I'm going to take Matthew Golden here. I wanted Jaden Reed, but I will take Matthew Golden. Right? So they say. No, I mean I'm overly overweight on Jaden Reed. I was getting him back at wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5, a lot routinely pre-draft, and then they took Golden, and it's interesting that Golden still hasn't flipped him, although everybody seems to think that he is the one. So that's pretty odd. So who do you got here? CBK. Going with the hero running back here, huh? Lamar, Chuba, Amon Evans, Debo, Darnell, and Brock. Hero running back, he says. Reed bags are heavy. Yeah, man. I know it. Yeah, that's why I was saying Fitz. Yeah, he's supposed to be the top wide receiver, Jaden Reed in Green Bay. Probably going to take Cooper Kupp here and just continue on my wide receiver rampage as I started fragile as can be with 3 running backs, and then I took Jalen Hurts at 57. So got to play catch up at wide receiver. Might be cooked at RB. Depends on if you can hit late. I think I see a guy coming up that could really help out your roster, but I don't know if he'll make it to you. I mean, you still always got Jaylen Warren. You still always got Jaylen Warren back there. $13 picks away. Ryan, let's see what you got going, man. Let me go to the board. Jameer, AJ, Adams, Omarion, Addison, Laporta, Jaden Reed, Tyrone Tracy. Okay. That's solid. I mean, you still got some stack partners there for your quarterbacks. Here comes the quarterback run anyway, by the way. Yep. Kyler, Caleb, Patrick Mahomes. Here comes the quarterback run. You know it's Scat, and you know dang well that that's who you needed. And he's still there. He is still there. He probably won't be there. He probably won't. He's not going to make it to you because, well, I'm not going to say anything else. Not going to say anything else on that front. Jordan Mason, Michael Pittman. After the quarterback run, Kelsey. Did he? Yeah, he double tapped there. Mahomes and Kelsey. Brock Purdy, quarterback run continues. Josh Downs. Who you going with, Ryan? You gonna pull up? No. Who do you got there? Higgins. Nice. Yeah, I wanted Higgins. I wanted Higgins myself. But I'm going to go ahead and take Rashid Shaheed here and double tap because I can always take the old Tyler Shuck, 65-yard TD bomb to Rashid Shaheed, and while the deficit is 33 still. Well, that tweet just absolutely went wild. Sure did. You can have now, see if you can put. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. No, never mind. I'm totally fine with that. Totally fine with that. Don't really need a running back right here anyway. So completely fine with that. Completely fine with that. Here comes the little bit of, well, I figured it was going to be a little bit of a running back run. Here you go. Jaylen Warren, man. It's Jaylen Warren time. I know you can't. Oh, my gosh. You be in running back poverty land all you want. Take Keon Coleman. Set that at 136. Jalen Hurts, Ashton Genty, A-Chain, Chase Brown, Metcalf, Chris Olave, Matthew Golden, Cooper Kupp, Rashid Shaheed, and Keon Coleman. Don't mind it. Don't mind it. Once again, appreciate you if you are in the chat, if you're in the draft, if you're checking us out, if you've liked, if you've subbed, appreciate it. Wanted to get in this stream today because I knew I was going to yesterday. I was going to stream yesterday afternoon, man, and for some reason my voice just went out. Like I guess it was allergies, but the afternoon, which I guess I streamed Monday, and I streamed for like an hour 20. So there's a good chance that my voice was just gone, shot. I had my my kiddos' soccer tournaments was this weekend. What's going on, man? Hey, I'm all good with that. Lurking's fine. Come get in the chat with us, man. Have a good time. Appreciate you here, though. Appreciate you coming by. Had my kiddos' soccer tournament. I coached my daughters, both of my little girls. We got second place in the tournament. The underdog actually beat us. Actually, they beat the other second best team in the first round, and then they came back and beat us in the finals, which was unfortunate. But it's a good season. Good group of girls. My son's team got ousted in the first round, so he was not very happy. Who we got? Let's see. What we got? What do we got? Jack Besh. Let's see here. Wide receiver and ADP. The only wide receiver. I do have 6 wide receivers now, so I'm not exactly just overly needing to take another wide receiver. And there he goes. So that doesn't really matter. Tyler Warren. I could easily take a tight end here. Nice little pocket here for tight ends. You get Tyler Warren, David Njoku, Tucker Kraft, Dalton Kincaid, Jake Ferguson. Of course, I've got Goddard down here. I can't quit David Njoku. I just can't quit David Njoku at this kind of price, man. Can't quit him. I'm not afraid of Harold Fenton by any means. I don't think that he's going to take David Njoku's targets or, only way he gets on the field is if Njoku gets hurt. And, or unless they run 12, 12 personnel. So, and they run double tights at that. So, I'm fine with Njoku. Still don't have to take a running back, even though Jadon Blue would be nice here as a extremely high risk reward type play for they're really good. Kraft price is really good too. These tight end prices right here is great because you can take one and then take either one or two more in the end. And honestly, I'm fine most of the time taking just 2. Are you going to give me Jadon Blue? Listen, he is such a sweet guy, that CBK. He is such a sweetie. Gives me Jadon Blue there. I will pick him up. And likely I'll probably be done at running back. I'm going to be flat out honest. Yeah, I'm probably going to have let's see, 2, 4, 6, 3. I'm probably going to have 10, 12. Have 2 more tight ends. That'll give me 14, 15 of the quarterback. I'll have a 9 build. I'll probably have a 2, 4, 9, 3 build here. That's probably what this one is shaking out to be. And I do have a couple of these. I don't have a ton, but totally fine doing the hyperfrag. Totally fine sticking with 4 running backs, especially when you start off with that kind of capital being invested with Genty, Devon Achane, and Chase Brown. 3 guys that are expected to get just heavy workloads. So, yeah. CBK, we should have swapped for the correlation. Dallas, Washington. Yeah, I'll be honest. I have not looked back at the sheet since after the first draft. I'm doing the stream too, so it's hard to look back and forth. I'm also checking out Twitter to make sure stuff's. I'm not trying to update the sheet right now, but oh no, I wanted Jade on blue. I mean, and honestly, I probably would have taken Tajay Spears off your hands too if you would have went blue. I would have been fine with Tajay. Tajay is one of my higher drafted late running backs too, so completely fine either way there. Do not mind. I'm not just overly uber have to do correlation right now. Although I will. I'm not going to say I won't. I'm going to be memorizing that sheet over the next day or two, like most degenerates in this space do. Got Keon Coleman, so I don't want Palmer. Man, I really don't like Xavier Legette either. I think I'm just going to tack on Brenton Strange here. I like, the word around him has been all good. Evan Ingram's gone. Although he has to share the field with the likes of BTJ and Travis Hunter. Maybe that leaves him open in the middle. And I can honestly probably stop at 2 tight ends there, but I'll probably take 3 since I'm going frag. Could technically do a 2-4-10-2. Is that right? Could do a 2-4-10-2, but I don't really love going 10 wide receivers, to be honest. I feel like it's like trying to throw more poo on poo and thinking it's going to, it's like trying to polish a turd in a way, but I'd much rather I am going to stab at some high upside wide receivers here. So we have a 1-4-6-2. We are back on the clock in 2 picks. We got Jalen Hurts, Ashton Genty, Devon Achane, Chase Brown, Jade on blue, Metcalf, Olave, Golden, Cup, Shaheed, and Keon Coleman, and then Njoku and Brenton Strange. I like Wandell. I mean, I like Thielen here. I'm actually probably going to go Thielen. Do you have any strong takes on the Jags running backs? I honestly think that the more Travis Etienne falls, the better value he is. And I also say that for Tank Bigsby, because I feel like it's all about Tootin, because for the simple fact that he is the same archetype and essentially the same running back that Bucky Irving is. And we all know how that worked out for Liam Cohen in Tampa Bay. But the simple fact is that Rashad White sucks, for one. Let me go ahead and say that. And Travis Etienne is still, 26, 27 years old? How old is Travis Etienne? I'm looking. He's 26. He's 26 years old. He can, he's actually a really good runner. I do think that Liam Cohen can make him better, hopefully. So to me, I think Travis Etienne is the best value, and I've been scooping up a little bit lately. I will say that. I personally like Etienne. I don't exactly love Tank Bigsby. I think Tootin probably slides in over Tank Bigsby, just because I think Tank is more of just a goal line type guy, early down back. Honestly, I think he might be the third out. I don't know. So that's kind of my take right now. I think ETN is probably the value. Tootin, I did have a lot of Tootin. I've taken him a few times post-draft, but to be flat out honest, I got him in the 220s, 230s pre-draft, and I'm more than fine with that price. And he just goes in a general area where I typically don't need a running back anymore. So that's kind of my preference. Let's see. We're about to come back on the clock. After I get past these two picks, well, I'm going to go to the board and see what the boys are doing in the draft. See who's getting weird. See if CBK was able to demolish the wide receiver avalanche. Tootin' Slappy. Could definitely see him or ETM being the best value, though. Also out on Tank. Yeah, I agree. I'm just Tank. I was taking Tank pre-draft. I don't love that they took Tootin'. I honestly feel like he could easily come in and take Tank's running back 2 job. But I think it's Trevor Etienne's job to lose. That's my thoughts. You guys let Bryce Young hang around, and I'm going to take it. Okay, 17 picks pass. I'm going to take Bryce Young. And I will appreciate the double rushing quarterbacks that you just gave me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Come again. Once again, if you're just hopping into the stream, this is episode 8, Extend the Drive Best Ball Live. If you missed any of the first half of this stream, we've been going for about a minute or an hour 13 now. We did a bunch of schedule talk to begin the stream. Definitely highly recommend going back and watching that if you haven't, if you came in late. A lot of good stuff we talked about. I'm going to finalize my spreadsheet for the schedule after the stream, likely, and post that back to Twitter. Everybody has had a chance to probably get the rest of theirs filled out now. But I think mine's better because it's nice and color coded. I tried to get creative with it. Don't need a quarterback. Otten, Schultz. Probably going to just tack on Gesicki here. It's a third tight end. I could have waited and just taken Jatavion Sanders, but I'm completely fine taking Mike Gesicki there as a third tight end. I could have stopped at Njoku, but I knew I was going fragile once again. So I've got 2 picks left. Probably going to spend them on wide receiver. I'm definitely not taking another quarterback. I could potentially lobby a 5th running back here. But I'm not just overly in love with my wide receivers, and I'd rather have more outs because I feel much more comfortable with my running backs at the moment. So probably going to end with double wide receivers. And I don't mind doing that. So since I am 11 picks, let's go see how we are faring. Fitz. Let's see. Since Jordan Addison, Laporta, Jaden Reed, Tyrone Tracy, Higgins, Jared Goff. Okay. Gibbs, Goff, got it. Jordan Love, knew you had Tucker Kraft, nice. Tank at 150, Matthew Stafford, Keenan Allen, J.K. Dobbins. Jalapeno, Malik, Ladd, that looks like a start I would have. Breece Hall, that's probably where we get different. Even though at 42, I might take Breece there. Jalen Waddle, A.K. Aaron Jones, Jonnu Smith, Justin Fields, Marvin Herbert for Ladd, Ray Davis, Cedric Tillman, Rico, took my boy. Mason Taylor to pair up with Fields, get it. Devin Neal, okay, don't hate it. Where we at, CBK? Amon-Ra, Barack, Mike Evans, Lamar, Chuba, Debo, Darnell, Brian Robinson, Rashad Bateman. Yeah, I had to catch back up on the running backs there, huh? Ramondre, Tajay, Eckler, and then come back to the wide receivers, Palmer, Hopkins, and Slayton. It's okay. Right. Kraft and Njoku's prices are just silly right now. Let's go with Jalen Tolbert. I will definitely be back in buying again at pick 200 plus. Simply because he's not just going to people just think just because Pickens, was traded to Dallas that I'm not saying he's not dead per se in a fantasy sense, but there's still going to be somebody playing on 3 wide receiver sets. And just for the simple fact that if CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens happens to get hurt, Jalen Tolbert's still the next guy up. I mean, I get not taking him in the 170s, 180s anymore. Obviously, that was prior to the George Pickens trade, but I will be taking him in the 200 pluses. So I will be doing that. I think I'm going to I have enough Jalen Rolls bag right now that I'm not trying to take much more of that. I have some Calvin Austin that I've taken lately, but I am going to take some Roman Wilson for that upside at the other spot, even though I did start with DK. I'm okay with having that. So I did have a 2-4-9-3 build. Jalen Hurts, Bryce Young, 2 quarterbacks, went 4 running backs with Genty, A-Chain, Brown, and Blue. Went really hyper fragile, which I'm fine with. I started with 3 stud running backs. I wasn't really wanting to go 5. DK, Olave, Golden, Kupp, Shaheed, Coleman, Thielen, Jalen Tolbert, Roman Wilson, and then tight end room, Njoku, Britton Strange, and Mike Gesicki. I like the build. It's different. It's unique. Yeah. Totally fine with it. Totally fine with it. We're going to end it. Let's see. Jalapeno 3672. Fields, Herbert, Dart, Brees, Kamara, Jones, Davis, Dowdle, and then took the twofer there with the AK Devin Neal. Okay. Neighbors, I like this room. I like this wide receiver room pretty good. Quit switching off. Johnny, Mason Taylor. Yeah, I've done that too, where I've taken an early tight end and then finished with Mason Taylor to pair up with Fields. Don't mind it. CBK, 2682. Lamar Bonix. Like that price on Knicks. Chuba, B-Rob, Ramondre, Tajay, Eckler, Miles Sanders. Woo! Miles Sanders in the wild. Amon-Ra, Evans, Debo, Mooney, Bateman, Palmer, Old Man Hopkins, and Slayton, Brock Bowers, Juwan Johnson. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about that wide receiver room. It's a bit thin, but that's probably what you were kind of going for. So where you at, Ryan? Let's see. Ryan's 3582. Goff, Love, Stafford, Gibbs, Hampton, Tyrone, Tank. Woo, man, that running back room is thin, brother. AJ, Devontae, Addison, Reed, Higgins, Keenan, Tisla, Jalen Rose, Laporta, and Kraft. Yeah, I think that running back room is, I mean, obviously, you started with Gibbs, you kind of went that route, took Hampton, kind of did a sort of a double anchor, except Hampton, I don't know if he really fits that bill yet with Najee still there. Does Keenan get signed? I think eventually. Shady Green's retiring. It's like Amari Cooper, The only bad thing about those two guys is that as soon as they do get signed, yeah, that running back room is very, very thin, man. Very thin. As soon as they get signed, they're probably going to jump. God, who knows? It depending on where they fall. They could jump upwards to 2 to 4 rounds. Just because they're seasoned vets, they're probably going to get playing time. So, I mean, I don't mind taking Keenan Allen. I don't mind it. Amari's only 30. Yeah. What's going on, man? Glad to see you jump in. Yeah, I know Amari's only 30, but, man, he looked bad last year. And I'm just going to be honest, he just looked like dust. I mean, he went to a Buffalo team that doesn't exactly, utilize their wide receivers all that well. But seeing as how he couldn't really carve out a consistent role there with Josh Allen, I don't know. I'm not overly sold. I would probably rather have Keenan Allen. I'll say that. I would take Keenan Allen over Amari Cooper if I was going to have to gun to the head. pick, it'd be Keenan Allen, which I do have more Keenan Allen. I don't hardly have any Amari. I just don't think Amari. I just don't know where he could sign where you would say, oh, yeah, man, he's definitely going to be in the mix. I think you could say that for Keenan Allen. At least that's my opinion. Anyway, just got done with 2 puppy drafts. We talked about the schedule to begin the stream. This is episode 8, Extend the Drive. Sean Mitchell, SMitchell17 on Twitter. The Mitchell17 on Underdog, Drafters, DraftKings, all your best ball platforms. I just want to, give a major shout out to all of you. If you, chatted it up, you got in the drafts with us, you joined for the stream. Really appreciate you. Hopefully, gave a like, gave a sub. Always much appreciated. Don't know what I'm going to stream again. Girls got softball probably the next 2 nights, so I'm probably covered there. And then, of course, Saturday, having a crawfish bowl for my daughter's 8th birthday. And then she's also having a big bounce house, having the cousins and the family over. So Saturday night's pretty much blocked up. So Sunday could be the next opportunity for me to hop back on stream. But with that being said, would keep your eyes out next week. Already got a guest or 2 lined up, trying to possibly have another. So keep your eyes out. I will be trying to announce that probably on Monday-ish or Sunday, depending on how Saturday goes. But with that being said, appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you jumping in, chatting, drafting. Till next time. Thanks, guys.